Some people say the law of attraction is nonsense, but in this video I will cover the science behind it and the number one reason why the law of attraction isn't working for you. What is the law of attraction about? The law of attraction states that you can have a direct influence on your life and your future by means of thinking about it. You have probably heard words like manifesting, mood boards, and stuff like that. And these tools are designed just to make your thoughts more clear. So a mood board really helps you visualize what you want to achieve, and that's why they do it. Of course, this is not the only thing you need to do, but this is just a part of the equation. What a lot of people don't understand is that this manifestation and thinking about your future can go both ways. It can go positively, but also negatively. And a negative part most of the times even happens without you noticing it. So here's a practical example that happens a lot of times. So let's say you want to start a new endeavor, you want to start a new business, you want to make a career switch, something with regards to your future, a big change. So you start the business, you feel excited, or you make the career switch, you're really excited and energized, but because of those negative thoughts, those fears you had at the beginning, you start to act based on those fears. So, because you're afraid, you start to uh, become desperate for money and clients to pay your bills, and you're wondering, are you good enough? And you're not focusing on the positive sides of the career switch or the new business, but you are more desperately trying to um, live up to those fears about paying your bills, for example. And this is an example of the negative impact of the law of attraction. And that is maybe a more concrete example, and also things that happen more without you noticing it. So I manifested a lot of likes for this video. So please give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. So what's the science behind the law of attraction? It all starts in our brain, and it's called the Reticular Activating System, which I'll refer to as RAS. In normal human language, this is the guard that sits between you, your brain, and your senses, and it filters out the information that you need, and the information that it doesn't need, it will block. And the key takeaway, I think, is that you realize that your brain is not processing everything it sees, it's filtering stuff. And that's the main task of the RAS. Why is that? Well, back in the day when we were still surviving, didn't have a lot of energy, and processing stuff with your brain costs a lot of energy. So it really tries to block out the things for you that you don't need and show you the things that you need. That's really energy management. It saves a lot of energy for you. And all of this, of course, happens subconsciously, so you don't have to think about it. And that's what makes it a little bit magical to some people. For example, to make it more concrete, I have a really nice example, and I think a lot of people can relate to this. Let's say you order a new car. Let's say it's a white Tesla Model 3. All of a sudden, when you order that car, you see only white Tesla Model 3s driving on the highway. And of course, that's not because there are suddenly more Teslas on the road, but it's really because your brain is blocking out the other cars and it's focusing on the white Teslas, and it happens subconsciously. So that's why it may appear to you that all of a sudden there are more Teslas. And this is a really a practical example of the RAS at work. And that the thought that activates this is probably the positive emotion of when you're buying a car and your anticipation on it. So that's in this case what triggers that. And we can also, when we look at the example of the Tesla, we can apply it also to the previous chapter where we said I am not good enough can become I now have all the room to develop myself and I will become great at the things I do. And am I still able to pay the bills when I start my own business? Can become starting a business is like an investment in the future. And when my business is operational, I don't need to worry about money anymore. And you see the difference of those thoughts and the seeds that you plant. One is really fixed, so I am afraid, I won't pay my bills, I'm not good enough, is really a fixed mindset. But when you turn it around into something more open, it becomes a growth mindset. And that's where your rest will act on. So, do you want your rest to act on the positive side, or do you want to act your rest on the negative side? And you see that the negative side, like I mentioned before, is often way more subconscious and that stuff you do automatically. But to make it positive, you really have to actively work on it. So that's why the law of attraction is so powerful. You make the things that already work for you, you make it more positive and more active. But of course, thinking about this, making the thoughts is not the everything that you need to do. There's a key part missing that a lot of people skip. What really makes the difference between just a mood board and a manifestation thought and the thing that really makes the law of attraction work for you. So that's what we're going to cover in the next chapter. Are you liking the video so far? Then please don't forget to like and subscribe to help out the channel. The missing key to making the law of attraction work. So we have the positive growth mindset, we have the manifestation, we have the mood boards, and all of the things you want to achieve. And remember the part with the white Teslas when you saw more Teslas driving on the road? Well, the same happens with the thoughts you are manifesting. So you will see more of it, stuff will get blocked, and for example, when you talk about the starting a business again, when you think about that, you all of a sudden will see more things around you with regards to starting a new business. This is the same logic that was applied to the white Tesla. The same happens to the things you manifest. And the same, of course, but like we said at the beginning with the positive and negative thoughts, well, this happens also for the negative things. So when you think negatively, all of a sudden more negative stuff will happen around you that you are aware of. And it's not that there's more negative stuff happening, but like the Teslas driving on the road, it's more like your brain is focusing on the negative thoughts because you told it so. So this is where, for a lot of people, the law of attraction ends. But after all the manifestation, making nice mood boards is also time to start taking actions. Because when you see the things around you, it's also up to you to grab them and to action on it. And that's what a lot of people don't do. They keep it within the manifestation and within the mood boards. Stuff is not happening there. So there needs to be action. So when you see more Teslas driving on the road, you see more stuff with regards to your business, you need to act on it as well. And you need to act on it when you see it because there the stuff gets thrown at you. You need to act, and there's a window because yeah, chances are not forever. And when you see something around you that you can act on, you need to act quick. And that's the missing link between the law of attraction working for you or not working for you. It's really taking the action on the stuff you see around you. To conclude, the law of attraction is not a trick. Things won't happen to you magically when you think about them. Underneath there is a very complex system called the RAS, the Reticular Activating System. And this system will filter out stuff for you that you think about and block the stuff that you don't need. And the critical thing to make this work is to take action on the things that your brain will present to you. Then bear in mind that this technique also works on the negative side. So I can't stress enough that you put positive thoughts in your brain so that you can see positive things around you. And if you want to know more on this subject, there are some books you can read. There's The Secret, there's As a Man Thinketh, there is Think and Grow Rich, and of course the Law of Attraction. I'll put down the titles in the description below so you can have a look. If you like this video, then please don't forget to like and subscribe. Did you recognize the example with the white Teslas I mentioned? And do you have some systems to visualize your goals? Let me know down in the comments. I'm really curious what you are doing. Bye.